my name is Katie Chenard, and tonight is my audience. I have my mom and my stepdad, John, with me. And tonight I will be demonstrating and explaining to you guys how to perform the Heimlich maneuver. So what do you do when you think someone's choking? How do you know when and if you need to perform the Heimlich maneuver? What is one of the most important things you can do for someone if you think they're choking? These are all questions I'm going to be answering and demonstrating to you guys when I explain to you guys how to perform the Heimlich maneuver. So according to the Mayo Foundation for Medical Research and Education, who published their article, Choking First Aid in 2017, choking is when a foreign object is actually lodged in the throat or the windpipe and blocks the flow of air. There are different signs and symptoms that actually indicate whether someone is choking or not. These include the most obvious, which is the universal sign for choking, which is hands to the throat, the inability to talk, loss of consciousness, the skin, nails, and lips turning blue, coughing which is forced or weak, and then the breathing, which is noisy or very weak. So if the person is able to cough forcefully, then you could allow them to cough and try to dislodge the object on their own. But if you find that they're not able to breathe very well, if they're not able to talk, then that's when you should perform the Heimlich maneuver on them. Because if they're able to cough but you still perform the Heimlich maneuver on them, then you could possibly risk injuring them further. So after you have thoroughly assessed the situation and determined that they are choking and you need to perform the Heimlich maneuver on them, you need to perform the following steps, and I'm going to bring my mom up here to help me demonstrate these steps. So you've assessed that they're choking. You see that they're doing either the universal sign for choking, which is hands to the throat, or their lips are turning blue, just any of the previous things that I've mentioned. You first want to ask if they are okay. You see that they can't respond or anything like that. You want to let them know and that the people around you know that you are going to be performing the Heimlich maneuver on them. So according to the Johns Hopkins University, who published their article in 2020, you want to stand behind them and you actually want to wrap your arms completely around them. And in order for the right placement of your hands, you want to take your pinky finger and stick it in their belly button. And then you want to make a fist and roll it upwards so that your thumb is placed against their stomach. And then you're going to push inwards and upwards, in and up, so you're actually pressing and forcing the diaphragm upwards so that you can expel the air throughout their lung, up in their lungs, forcing that object to go up. Thank you, Mom. And that's according to the Johns Hopkins University, who published an article in 2020. And then the author Cron says that you want to continue these abdominal thrusts until the object is actually expelled out of their mouth, so they can breathe again. And then you also, after the object has come out, you want to see a medical professional because you don't want to risk any physical damage. So this would change if the person was heavier and you couldn't wrap their arms around them, or if the person was pregnant, the hand placement would change. And so I just want to conclude by saying that the Heimlich maneuver is a very essential first aid procedure that everyone needs to learn in case someone's choking around them, or even your own self is choking and you're alone. And it's just because choking cuts off the flow of oxygen to the lungs and to the brain, and without oxygen to the brain for a certain amount of time, it could result in death or brain damage. And it's just understanding how to handle these situations is just an essential to saving your life and someone else's life around you. So thank you.